could say, just for a second, what Lisa mentioned about the fervor in the 1960s about the civil rights, maybe it's a little deeper from like a cultural anthropological aspect. Maybe it's always just in group, out group. In group, there's always got to be there. I'm the in group right now, which is Republican, and the out group is anybody else, right? So what if the politics gets away from parties and actually gets to not a party or a division, but it gets to what you want as a voter? And that I'm running as a candidate. Which party? Doesn't fucking matter. No party affiliation. I'm just running. And here's what I'm going to try to do. If you do that, you actually get rid of the idea of group mentality, mammalian social culture, that if I believe with this group, then the other group must be wrong and they must be evil. Republicans think Democrats are fucking evil. They think they're teaching anal sex and elementary school library readings. They literally think these things. And that's why I think it's a deeper thing. It's more in group, out group than it is cognitive understanding.
You said a word, because I'm sorry, I haven't eaten all day. Now I'm starting to eat at midnight. Okay, but listen to this. You said a word. I'm going to play this. I'm not going to play all of it. And if you guys who are still up, check this shit out. And he just said a word, because this is exactly what this president just did. And the way he said it, it should have been nothing but everybody on that stage should have been like, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
But no one's never going to say anything. Okay? Just check this out. I won't bore you too long because I know it's getting late. And everybody's attention span is probably at -0. But check this little portion out. And we can do more of this, like, next room. But here, check it out. Oh, wait, let me... Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me turn the speaker on because I can barely hear it. Okay, here we go.
Danny, I'm sorry I can't get in this room. I've never seen the room. Tells me that you want to talk about, this was a D.C. news conference. It tells me that you want to talk about crime in D.C. and beautification of D.C., but I'm going to put that's easy. And I think, frankly, fixing the crime with the pros, fixing the crime is easy too. A person who I've known for a long time, and she's been incredible. She was a fantastic, one of the best ever district attorneys in New York. She was in Westchester, and she became a judge, very successful judge. And then she went into showbiz because she was such a good DA and such a good judge, tough judge, but fair, always fair. Nobody ever complained about that, but she was tough. And because of that and her reputation, she went into showbiz. So a lot of people don't, they think of Janine as showbiz. Actually, showbiz was not her thing. And she did great. She was on, along with a couple of other of my friends, on the #1 show. And she did great. But this is what she loves doing. This is really her baby. What she's going to do is going to be incredible. And I'd like to speak for just a few seconds on what she has in mind, what she wants to do. We're going to be appointing some judges. We have some open spots, and we're going to take people, because the judges are letting killers out. They just say, go, it's okay, don't worry about it. So we're putting some, Pam recommended, Todd recommended, some judges that are great. Janine recommended. Janine's given me 3 great candidates already. We've got 10 open spots, so we could probably create some more. We need them.
Trouble.
Janine, would you say a few words, please?
Wait, I want to go past her because it wasn't what I wanted to.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thank you, Madam Attorney General, and to all my partners.
Okay, let me go past her because that's not who I want you guys to hear, because she's going to say some stupid-ass mumbo-jumbo.
I made a deal with NATO.
Wait, is it here?
About low-income housing and luxury housing. I know about everything. It make you sound a little bad, so I won't put myself in that position. I won't put you in that position, because I think everybody agrees with what we're doing today. But when I signed that thing, it was like a miracle. Everybody left. They were gone. They were starting to march down. They started the march toward Thomas Jefferson, and I figured he was always going to be safe. But they found something with him, and they found something with Abraham Lincoln, and even in the name George Washington in California, numerous places changed the name of George Washington High School and various other places. They took George Washington's name. This was a sick, woke culture that I think we've largely ended. And a lot of those people that were woke are now turning out to be the opposite. I won't go so far as to say MAGA. It's a very special category. But they've gotten out of that. But we have people that love this country, and they love this really beautiful capital. It is. I flew over it the other day, and I said, what a beautiful place. But if there's crime all over the streets, when you get there, it doesn't look so beautiful. But we're going to make it beautiful again. We're going to fix it with crime, and we're going to also, as we're doing that, we're going to start doing things that we know how to do, that I know how to do better than anybody, I guess, because of my experience from previous life. But not only are we stopping the crime, we're going to clean up the trash and the graffiti and the grime and the dirt and the broken marble panels and all of the things they've done to hurt this city. And we're going to restore the city back to the gleaming capital that everybody wants it to be. It's going to be something very special. All of these people are really tough. Could I shake your hand, Gaddy, please? You're going to be so important here. You're going to be that guy. I hope I don't have to fire him in 2 weeks because he's too soft. I don't think he's too soft. If I do, I will, though. Is it okay if you're soft, weak, and pathetic like so many people? I will fire you so fast. You're not going to have to worry about that. No, I think you're going to do a fantastic job. And everybody in this room, they may not express it, but they all want that to happen. You know, they want to be safe, and they have families too. So it's an honor to have such a large group. I've done this for years now, hard to believe. I've never seen this room so packed. In fact, I'm sure it's a violation of every fire code. But we'll let you stay anyway. You're taking a chance. And with that, we'll say maybe if you could, we could be here all day long. If we could keep the first questions perhaps to the subject, and then we'll go on to a few others. Please.
Mr. President, thank you so much. Can you talk about how personal of an issue this is? You talked about flying over.
Okay, I can't find the spot where he was talking, but he said that the Democrats are the evil people. They want transgenders to be in our country. Transgenders everywhere. Everybody's turning into a transgender. Everybody is a transgender now. Now, come on, you guys. Really? 0.001. Everybody's turning into transgender now. And he goes, the Dems are evil. And then, you know, the people who listen to this, they come out and they spout the same things. Evil, transgender. I mean, first of all, it's such a small group of people, but they make it their whole platform.
Well, Lisa, have you considered that Laura Loomer and the First Lady and Junior's last girlfriend, who was Gavin's girlfriend at one point? Maybe they're transgender, and that's why he thinks they're everywhere.
Oh, it's more insidious.
Gargoyle is her name.
She was Gavin's wife.
Yeah, she was Gavin's wife.
But it's so much more insidious. How do you challenge a man, right? You challenge a man by calling him gay, right? This used to be called bigotry, but for some reason when Trump does it, it's not. But you challenge a man by accepting that someone could hurt their children, like a trans man going into a pen.
Yeah.
And what you do by doing that is you make them degrade their opinion on what actually matters to them, which is their freedom. The freedom to go work and be left alone. No, you add this fear, and this is what the Republican Party does. It is always, every 4 years, it is abortion, 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 trans, 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 gay, gay, gay. And even though they literally don't understand that they're on democratic programs for a social safety net, they will vote against their own interests. This is not an accident. This is by design. They do this on purpose to divide that bell curve, because if they never did it, most of those people would be like, hey, shit's going pretty well. Shit's fine. You know, I'm living, I'm thriving. No, they have to invoke hate. They have to invoke fear, and they have to invoke an attack on masculinity. That's what Fox News does. Like, none of those things matter ever in an election. Abortions, trans rights, and homosexuality doesn't matter when we're voting for a president. But why is it the top 3 topics in every presidential race? It's by design. And I land my plane.
Y'all got the
Yeah.
monkeys out of here. I had to leave.
They didn't know which.
It was feeding time. They had to go back to their respective cages in the zoo. It was feeding
And someone kept asking them, are you bonobos or are you like chimpanzees? And they were like, fuck.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, that was interesting. And see, whoever threw the first monkey out, ape, I'm sorry, you started the trend, because they came in here because there's one of them, and I don't even remember who. Listen, this has been a long day for me. I cannot even remember who was what and what happened. Somebody got thrown out. He went back because apes do that, right? He went back and got the rest of the clan, and they came in. And I think their goal was just to disrupt, but you would have to throw out all of them, and then after that you're going to have to block them, and they still can get in the room after being blocked. Do you guys understand that?
Yeah.
They can still come in the room. So what would have been the goal? To create havoc in the room when you know that we throw them all down, or that we boot them out the room, and then you're going to have to block them. And blocking does not do what we think it does unless you're a mod. I think you have to be a mod. And I've had people in the room when I'm actually a mod. I have people in my room when I'm top left, and I have them blocked, and they're still in the room. And it's that I have that bar. You have somebody in here blocked. So it wasn't going to accomplish anything that we wanted to accomplish, because they would be back and to create more havoc. If it's only in the chat, it still would have been going on, and you still have to keep putting them out. And I just didn't see the end goal.
Lisa, let me spill the tea.
achieved.
Let me spill the tea. So I'm in the Talking Apes room a lot. I am not a talking ape, but I was in there and they were like, "Let's raid." And I was like, what's a raid? And he's like, hey bro, here's what we do, bro. Oh, hey, come here, bro.
Oh, they're funny.
We all go into a room and we try to get a mod, and then we mod all the apes. And I was like, I don't think that's gonna work, but okay. And then they're like, we're gonna raid this room. I'm already in there, dog. I'm already in there. And then they came in here and you handled it. Because remember that one ape was just like kept asking to be modded, so it would be fair.
That's okay, but
That's
I would never
funny.
mod somebody that I don't know, first of all. And then second of all, chaos is not really a thing for me. Every time I'm in chaos, I don't do well. So I try to avoid chaos as much as possible, right? Some people thrive in chaos. I'm not the one. I will get so out of character that it just affects me for like days. So what I was doing was just basically, and it turned out well. I got a new friend, Tina. I got a new friend, Arrhythmia, and I'm good. I'm good. They will come back hopefully.
Or
Whatever the
anorexia,
band's name
whatever
is.
you want to call
I
them.
got a new friend called CPAP too. It's
See?
great. It's great.
I was just about to
I can
say,
breathe through her.
I got
And he was enjoying the mispronunciations of his name. I'm sorry. He
did. I don't even know what his name is anymore.
I wasn't trying to figure that out. It was too hard for me to pronounce.
Anorexia, I think.
Oh, I love it. Anorexia.
I was like, get you a meal.
He's cool. I mean, he's a cool guy. No one got really disrespected.
Dude, he's passionate. A very passionate guy.
Yeah, Mississippi, born and raised. That's interesting.
I thought it was funny because, like, right before that girl who was talking all fast, like the girl from the Cosby Show used to talk fast.
See.
Yeah.
See what's in here?
Y'all don't know C? Y'all don't know C?
I don't.
It's crazy.
Yeah, C's a mess. C's a
Papa.
mess.
I thought
that's what I was saying.
alopecia was the best, though, Lisa. You got the prize.
Plus.
I'm sorry, what happened? I'm sorry, I missed you.
I said you got the prize for alopecia when you called him that.
That was hilarious.
That killed me. Because I looked at his name and I was like, it kind of. I was like, am I reading that wrong?
Close. It was really good.
That was funny, y'all. That was funny. We had a break. It was an unusual night. And sometimes this room can be like that, but I try so very hard to be patient. And it teaches me here, I can take that with me in my life. You know, I never have problems that most of my friends have, but I've run into situations because of Clubhouse that I would never find myself in my real, you know what I'm saying? Because you have such a wide swath of people, swipe, whatever they say, of people. From everywhere, Canada, we're talking to Canadians, we have people from all over the world on this app, and then we have all kinds of economic, social levels here. And if you're used to dealing with certain people and you come on Clubhouse and they're either what you consider above or beneath you or maybe right at you, you're gonna lose your mind. You have to just meet people where they are and see if you can jive with them. If you find out that you can't, then you're an adult. You excuse yourself from the situation. But you're not gonna find. I mean, half the people on this app, I probably wouldn't. If we were in the real world, I don't see us running in the same groups. Maybe, you know. I mean, I don't run into them, and you know. Dealing with working with I work. I don't. But it's cool though.
But I can still get a drink with them at the bar. I still could, right? Even if they're I could. Okay. I could. But only one though. Only one.
Was it time?
Yeah.
Most of these people, we wouldn't go to the same bars, lounges, clubs.
But if you met them at the bar and they're like, hey, what are you drinking? How was work today? Did you know the earth is flat?
I don't fuck with Trumpers at all. No.
Yeah, because you guys might not see them.
Dude, I work with them. I work for them and I work with them.
I work around them. I don't go out. Listen, Lisa. Just because people don't go to a work site doesn't mean they don't have coworkers.
I know you guys got coworkers.
I have them, and I just don't fucking deal with them. Somebody else deals with them.
Me neither.
Okay, so and then you guys, that's cool.
My
you guys
family,
my sister
is MAGA.
Oh wow.
Me too. I'm from northern Minnesota. My whole family is Trump.
Against her
nephews, Lisa.
No, MAGA.
MAGA. My family's MAGA.
Okay, my sister's even further. QAnon MAGA. Okay, look.
Oh Lord.
Against her.
She needs a vaccine. She needs a vaccine.
She needs to
give her a vitamin B.
Hello. This is against her nephews. This is against her. When you come against my children, you are no longer blood to me.
Oh wow.
True.
You don't even know how hard. You don't know how hard an Aries could cut people off.
Oh, I do. I love an Aries.
Done. And it's so skin off my back. Am I sad at times about it? Yes, but it's not good. No, you're not coming against my children.
No.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
Nobody's children. Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius, Gemini, Virgo. You coming against somebody? It's on. Yeah, it's on. It's on.
Epstein's.
Wait. Epstein was coming for everybody's children.
Why are you always in here? Get the fuck out of here.
My baby child came in here with his little welder cap on, and he's like, "Mom, it fits." For hair. You saw him in the
I'm
in the
digging
thing,
hair
right?
I'm digging the hair because of the cause. Other than that, I think.
I know. He looks like a man now, and I'm just like,
He looked like a man before.
girl, listen, with that hair, he's always had his baby hair. That's why I call his baby hair.
Yeah, and that's
He don't look like a baby no more.
How old?
He's 18.
No.
He just graduated high school.
I love it.
How do you do that? I got a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I'm like, I'm buckling up every fucking day.
So I have a 38-year-old and an 18-year-old.
God, shit, I ran out of chloroform tonight. Just trying to get them shits to bed.
Oh my God, not the.
But I cut my boy, like I'm bald. I balded when I was like 12. And I'll put a picture in. But my son has got hair and got his hair cut to, look at this boy. Look at this fucking boy.
I'm telling you.
You know what's funny is like you sit up and say like, I've always had my kids on a schedule. Like my kids always been asleep by 9. But in the summer, my daughter can stay up until like 10 in the morning.
Yeah, they can.
Right. Let me tell you.
And then you think they'll sleep in, and they don't.
No. So my son, he's 6. So during the school year, it is rough getting them up. When the summer came, he was up at 6 a.m. the very next day after the school year ended. And so we have a policy where like we'll let the kids stay up until they go back to school next Wednesday. But I got one daughter, she will stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning.
On their damn tablet?
They're on their tablets, they're talking to their cousins, they're like playing games, like all this stuff. And this little lady will not wake up again until about 3 the next, like she can go to bed at 3, she'll wake up at 3 in the afternoon the next day.
That's what I'm talking.
I'm in the same boat.
I woke up at 8:30 one day in the summer. I see her. I say, "Damn, you woke up early." She's like, "I haven't been to sleep, Dad."
Damn.
Yo.
That's crazy. Now that I can't do. This kid's got to go to sleep. I can't even sleep knowing that my kids are not asleep. So it's a mandatory lights out, tablets off.
No, but
that's why I'm always like with my wife. I'm like, I think he's got allergies. I'm pretty sure it's allergies. Benadryl. I know. I think he's sniffling a little bit.
No, but like now, since school started a couple of weeks ago, child knocked out by 8:30 every night.
Yeah, but so we've been prepping them. Like my son, like my wife is like, hey, it's 8 o'clock, 8:30. Like, yo, I'm gonna lay it down because school starts on Wednesday out here in Cali, for their school district at least. And so my oldest, she's 17, but you know she's pretty regimented about like making sure she gets her sleep. But my middle one, oh my gosh, it's hard getting her to sleep.
Yeah, man, because like when I was single back in the day, nothing used to piss me off more than me trying to creep over to a chick house at 2 in the morning and like the kids still up. Like, I'm not breaking your back with your kids.
Yeah, the kids and the dog.
We not turning up your headboard with your kids.
Yeah, gotta put a pillow back, man.
You know how funny it is too, because like when you're the guy doing that late booty call, you're like, I can't express to you, woman, how much I don't give a shit if those kids see what's happening. Because those are your kids. They're not my kids. Those are your kids. And I stretched for this. I did breathing exercises for this.
Man, it was one time and we was done, right? And I'm just sitting on the couch. Her daughter came up to me. She, "You my daddy." I kind of looked like the fuck no.
About to be.
Fucking project. Let me get the fuck about these projects.
Did you hear Mama said, "Call me dad"?
I was tired. Shit.
You the rest of your vehicle, sir.
Democrats.
Okay, y'all right.
Democrats.
I didn't do everything right in my younger days.
Yeah, you can recover in your vehicle, sir. Like, okay, it's time for you to go. Bye. And he's like, but no, by. If we had a house full of kids and my kids are up, no, that's creepy. I wouldn't be able to even concentrate. That's just too much.
You wouldn't be
Well,
able to perform.
You're kind of a higher class. You're kind of a higher class woman.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Let's just say there are women out there that do not care.
There's some women that
I told you.
damn if they get.
I was in the projects. That's what I'm saying. Let me get out of the projects.
Yes.
And I was in the suburbs.
Quickly. No, that's nasty work right there. Because your kids remember that shit. You think they do not, but they
Not
do.
my kids.
Well, not your kids.
My kids were not there.
Their kids. Your kids, you know, we underestimate these kids. They remember, they listen, you know, they listen to conversations when you think they're not listening. And I don't do anything in front of my children that.
That's exactly why they say you got to
I
talk to your
they
kids.
ask me. I don't lie. I'll admit I did it if they ask me, but I try to show them my best side. And sometimes it doesn't always work, and they'll ask me questions, and I'm like, yeah, I did it.
That's why that's one of the best advice is like talk to them. Just talk to your kids.
Yeah.
Even if you're not as present as you want to be because of work and all that stuff, you'll never know what they observed and what they saw and what they think unless you just say like, "Hey, what happened today?" And they're like, "I saw you pipe mom." And then you're like, "What do you mean? What did you see?" You know, like you have to talk to them because they're gonna absorb everything that happens to them with that fresh brain.
Yeah.
You got to get in early.
Be truthful with them so they'll be able to process and handle information accurately. And that's what I try to do. I just be truthful because, you know, human beings are infallible. I'm infallible. I'm going to make a mistake. So then that way, if you always try to present things as perfect, you set them up for failure.
So what I do is like when they're confused, I constantly remind them that trans people shouldn't use the wrong bathrooms and immigrants don't belong here. And then go back in your iPad.
You wild.
Oh no. Is that true?
No, that's not true. But that's what wouldn't that be funny? That's what I think that the MAGA people do.
It's funny.
Where's your handgun?
It's funny that you say kids remember stuff because like I left my mom's house when I was 6 to move in with my grandmother, my paternal grandmother. And what I always found funny is it's shit that happened that I could remember, which until my mom passed, it strained my relationship with her, and I can still remember that shit to this day.
Yeah.
Because it was always very careful the way like I was when I would mess with chicks with kids and shit like that. Or even when I am with my own kids, like I tell my wife, like, yo, we not arguing loud. If we gonna have to argue, we gonna go in the room and we gonna whisper at each other.
Yeah.
Them children is never gonna hear us argue, ever.
Because they will never forget it. Never. They like you talking about it now. They're gonna talk about it then. And then the thing about there's certain things that my mother used to. I tell her now that it was a lie. My mother go, no, I was protecting you. I said, no, but you were lying. So that kind of like in the back of my head, even though we love each other, even though we care about each other, I know my mother would give her life, lay her life down for me. And she's the first person I call if anything goes down. But just in the back of my head, every time I think about certain things, I'm like, my mother lied her ass off. And a lot of some stuff I find myself not trusting her in the instant, and then I have to think, well, you know, that's your mom. She got you. But just the lies about stuff that have to do with the family, you know, about things that have to do with what happened in the past. Why you gotta lie? That's what I don't understand. I said, you know, you're not perfect. Granny wasn't perfect. Grandpa wasn't perfect. Uncle Ed wasn't perfect. And I need for you to be truthful to me about the world so I know how to navigate it and not just think that everything is okay. That's probably the way I am now because my mother lied so much to me. I think the world is all good people are in it is rainbows and fairy tales, and it's some really vicious people. And I'm at an age now where I should already know that. But I'm learning every day that there's some really horrible people in this world. Everybody's not good. Everybody can't be trusted. But my mother lied so much about stuff she shouldn't have been lying about. I'm walking around thinking, you know,
Everybody's my
yeah,
friend.
you know,
type
yeah,
shit.
yeah, and it's very damaging to me because I'm indoctrinated with it. So I'm like, that's why when I go out, you know, I'm in line and I'm that goof. You know, you see people like, what? Hi.
What
and
you
people
smiling
can be
for?
like, huh?
What you smiling for?
Yeah, what exactly? I said hi the other day to somebody. I was in the store. She came around real fast with her basket, and all of us almost collided in Whole Foods. So she had her face screwed up already, you know, ready for this confrontation. And I just said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, how you doing today?" She didn't know whether to fucking cuss me out or smile. Because people they don't do that shit no more. Nobody's talking. Nobody's being pleasant. None of that. Nobody's talking to you in line. When's the last time you guys struck up a conversation with somebody in line in the grocery store?
I did.
Minnesota nice. I do it every time.
You do? See, okay, we'll get along. I do it.
But that's different than that parenting thing, though. That's a double-edged sword. Like Ray said. When Ray said, like, you take if you're going to have a adult conversation with your partner, you take it in the other room because you can't really call it a lie because children don't have the same brains as adults. So the problem, I think, a big problem is when parents include children in their fights. And they include them in adult drama. That's a problem. That creates stigmas.
Yeah.
No, one time when my daughter she was young, she might have been 3 or 4, and we were low key arguing in the kitchen. And my daughter said, "Mom, Daddy, both of y'all stop. Mommy, listen to Daddy." Oh, the look of anger that came across my wife's face. I thought she wanted to smack the hell out that baby.
Oh,
wow. But I was like, yeah, you need to listen to me because I'm right. You're sitting up arguing just to argue. Listen to me. She just walked off.
God bless your dog.
That is so cute with the daughter, though.
She would sit up and tell me if I'm wrong for something.
No, but that's cute. I like that.
Like,
and you are wrong. It's like the kids can't process lies. I didn't find out the lie was a lie until I got to be a teenager, and I held that against her for the lie.
Yeah,
so
but by doing that,
I didn't process it then, but I did process it as a teenager.
Yes, but by doing that, you're taking something you ingested when you weren't part of that adult situation and playing it back later and then adding a judgment to it, right? So that's kind of dangerous. And a lot of kids do that with their parents.
Yeah, of course they do.
But the truth is, those parents are, in most cases, not in all cases, those parents are just trying to handle...
Save you?
Well, they're trying to handle their situation with their adult partner, right? And so it doesn't